How's it going, folks, and a happy Monday. Welcome back to a final week of Park to Prem FM22. Today, we're at Crystal Palace. It's the Club World Cup. And as the title suggests, I financially ruined the club in my final summer. That's right, our total wage budget is now over £7 million. What did I do, you might ask? I didn't spend it all on one player. Instead, I opted to give everyone who wanted a new contract, who I could give a new contract to, a new contract. Essentially, I'm planning for the fact that eventually I'm going to leave the club in the next week or two. And when I leave, I want this group of players to stick together for as long as possible. So by offering them all wage rises, getting a load of them on longer term deals for the next 3 to 5 years, hopefully that's going to keep them together after I've left. It's a bit sad, really, that I've done this, but I think it's for the greater good longer term. What it does mean is there's quite a lot of money being spent on wages, but we can afford it. Or at least we could afford it. Just going to landmarks here. Duan Jin has scaled down his funding. I don't know what that means for the future of all these contracts I've given, but it's not my problem. Anyway, let's get into the episode. Welcome back to Park to Prem. This is episode 64. You know that by now, and I'm just going to quickly scroll you through some of the contracts that we've offered recently, just so you can see the kind of money everyone's being given. £300,000 for Horniak, £200,000 for George, who is now described as a world-class midfielder. Lozano decided that he's probably going to be good long-term. I'll be honest, he's absolutely mad. He has been a very, very late bloomer. Kind of curious what his potential could be, because he looks mad and he's just continually improving. He's here for the next 5 years, even after I've gone. Kyondo has signed a new deal. Boya's signed a new deal. Lin signed a new deal. Pabon signed a new deal. A lot of the next generation of players signing new contracts. There are still a few more that I'm trying to extend. So there could be even more players on new contracts by the time I leave. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the fact I knew I was going to be out the door soon, I probably wouldn't be happy having a squad with this many players on this much money. It has got maybe a little bit out of control. As for what's coming your way today, we have the Club World Cup. Now, of course, last episode we had the group stages. We took on some slightly different opposition. Today, we have the Club World Cup semi-finals against Manchester United. And if we win that, we're then going to do the next round, which, well, it's the semi-finals that you go into after the quarter-finals. That's how competitions work. I'm hoping that we're going to go on a little bit of a run to end things here. Otherwise, today's potentially the penultimate episode, because the plan of attack for this week is play through the Club World Cup, do an episode that's dedicated to kind of an overview of the save game as a whole, looking at all little stats, you know, the history of the players, my manager, where different clubs have gone, all that kind of jazz that we do at the end. And then over the next kind of few days after that, we're going to holiday into the future. You know, all the standard end of season WorkTheSpace stuff. But for now, small matter of Manchester United to focus on. So going into this game against Manchester United, I'm not going to mention it. You heard a lot about it on Friday. The fitness issue is still an issue. That's basically the long and short of it. We've had 5 days off since the last game. Our team is an absolute mess. I can only assume that Manchester United's team is going to be equally a mess on the conditioning front. And it certainly looks like it is with their first team. Of course, you can only have 23 players registered for this competition. The whole squad really is going to get a run out, I feel like, if we are to win this. In terms of the team that we're going with, it's the full-strength team, just not at full fitness, basically. All the familiar faces. Haaland is in the team for De Silva, maybe the only slightly odd change. The reason for that, Haaland actually has some of the best condition in our team. The man is a physical freak. His 19 natural fitness at 36 not only means he's not really started declining until very, very recently, but it also just means he recovers quicker than everyone else. So he's ready and raring to go. All the young lads in the team, they're all struggling. As much as I've complained a little bit about the fact we're playing Manchester United again, you know, familiar opposition, there's something quite wholesome about knowing that we get to play them in our last ever little cup run that we're going to go on here at Crystal Palace. They're a team that have constantly butted heads with us. Of course, that deep-seated rivalry really goes all the way back to my days at FC United, and it continues here. I'm hoping that we are going to have the edge over them once again today. In recent years, we've definitely had that edge. Obviously, circumstances this time around a little bit different, but we are at full strength today. And even if we're not fully fit, I back us as Tullio has the ball and gives it to Fontana. Chiric back from injury is great to see at left back. He plays it forward to Carlier. What a ball that was. What a finish that is. 12 minutes into this game, Andreas Carlier, a man who we picked up in a January transfer window for a fairly bargain price in hindsight. It was a lot of money still, but for what he's offered us, I think he's justified the 40 to 50 million pounds that, if I recall correctly, we paid for him. That right there, very, very tidy finish. Throw in on the near side. Could one goal become two quickly? If it could, that would certainly ease my nerves. Chiric, putting it in, can't pick out Lopez. Padina gets away, but it falls straight back to Chiric, who, well, passes it to Lopez, and he hits the post with an effort from inside the box. You can see, just looking at Manchester United's team, they've got some of the same fitness issues, and while we've got another fitness problem here, because Sergio Lopez has picked up an injury. Gurajaga on your come after 20 minutes. Okay, so Gurajaga on for us for Lopez. Can he have the instant impact? That's what we want to see here. Tullio with the ball. Fontana. Lots of players committed to the attack here for us, including Horniak, who gives it to Carlier. Back to goal, gives it to Fontana, spreads it wide. Lovely, lovely passing build-up play here. Can we have a little bit of end product? Not if we give up the ball away like that. Manchester United potentially in behind, but Pena reads it well. Heart-in-mouth moment for us. We nearly played ourselves into trouble there, getting it out from the back, but we're going to stick to our philosophy, stick to our game plan, and well, Fofana misses a header. It falls to Gurajaga, and you have to wonder, would Lopez have scored it? 10 minutes left of the half. We've been on top in this game. Manchester United really have not created a lot, and somewhat uncharacteristically, we're having a lot of possession here. We could have an opportunity here. Sanchez is through the right back, tries to squeeze it under the goalkeeper. Unfortunately for us, it's turned around the post. We do still have Fontana over a corner. We can be deadly from these, but on this occasion, Fofana does get his noggin on it and gets it away from danger. So at the break here, 1 goal to the good. We've been the better team. Obviously, fitness concerns loom over us, and they will continue to loom over us today. I'm going to tell the players I'm happy with how they're doing, but they can do that little bit more. Of course, I don't want today's kind of episode to be the last matches that we see as FC United manager. I want to end things on a high, and while Zandbergen does too from the looks of things, he hits it from range, keeper turns it round the post. It'd be somewhat anticlimactic, wouldn't it, if today's final episode just is a Club World Cup quarter-final that we lose to Manchester United. Nobody would like that. I don't want that. You don't want that. We want the fairy tale ending. Well, the players at the moment are doing their best efforts to make sure that happens. We might have a chance here. Pena heads just over. 52 minutes gone, few players on bookings, lots of fitness concerns. You know what, I'm going to make some changes. Haaland off for De Silva, and you know what, for one more for the road, I'm bringing on Middleby. I'm bringing on Middleby. You can't stop me. I'm going to shuffle things around slightly, actually, and keep Carlier on the pitch, if we can. So what we'll do is we'll move Gurajaga wide, Carlier stays on, and then Middleby, one of my favourites. He almost moved to Manchester United, you might remember. He's going to go on at centre-forward. 20 minutes left of the game here. This quarter-final has been cagey. It's lacked a little bit of quality. And with 10 minutes left, you know what? Tiring legs, tiring players. Let's time waste frequently, lower the tempo, shorten the passing length. Let's just try and see out this game with no drama. The players are so tired. If we could just avoid any more injuries, that'd be great. Of course, a little bit of a concern for Lopez, I suppose. 3 minutes left of this game against the old enemy. It might be the last time we play against Manchester United. So savour every minute of it, folks. Pena, Leonardo, plays it forward here. Middleby under it, can't quite get there. Black heads it away from danger. Ferreira now with the ball for them. Manchester United play it wide. They've not created a lot in this game here, but they are on the attack now. And it's crossed all the way across the line. Oh my God, what are we doing at the back? That was horrible to watch. But we could hit them on the counter. Middleby's through, one-on-one. Can he finish it? No, he can't. I'm really hoping that Middleby miss isn't going to cost us. We have now got a corner. Pena, there we go. That it won't cost us. There you go, that does it. 2-0. Took a little while to make this game beyond doubt. In fact, with only a minute left, you could argue it was already beyond doubt. But nevertheless, we've got a second goal here. Pena with the header, inch-perfect header. Manchester United with no one on the far post. And against our old rivals, a team who have been a constant thorn in our side, been a constant pain in the arse. We beat them 2-0 here. I'm very happy. Hopefully the Lopez injury isn't too serious. He's a very useful player to have around. How bad is it? He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. He will miss the rest of the Club World Cup with that. In terms of who we're going to be playing next, it's either going to be Real Madrid or Barcelona. So a nice easy game to look forward to in a few days' time. In fact, if I hit continue once or twice, we can see who we're going to get because the game is being played now. And we're going to take on someone different. I thought we might get a rematch of the Champions League final. We're not going to get that. Instead, it is a Barcelona team who domestically in Spain have been dominant under Xavi. Their key man is Mazza. He is quite a Mazza-ing player. Amazing, a Mazza. I'm going to go to the game. I'll see you in a sec. So I was sat, having realised we're going to take Barcelona, trying to think, when have we played Barcelona? I can't remember playing Barcelona. It turns out we've never played Barcelona, which is mad to me that we've somehow managed to dodge them for the last 3 years that we've been in the Champions League and the year before that the Conference League. It's kind of crazy how it works out, you know. They've been such a dominant force in Spanish football, as we already saw when we looked at their profile. The fact that we've just never played them is kind of a little bit bizarre. Now, some good news. Our players have returned for pre-season. I don't know how they were playing the previous games. I guess that's why the fitness was a mess, because they just weren't training. They were literally on their holobobs still. But they're back from their holobobs now, and as a result of being back in training, all of their conditions are just miraculously fine now. So I can only assume what happens is the players go on their normal holiday in-game, but then because the Club World Cup goes on when they're on holiday, they come off holiday, but they're still on holiday. They just play the matches. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. I agree. The good news for that reason is that it works like that, is that we are at full strength. We have everyone available. Chiric, maybe a question mark over his fitness, but we can take a bit of a gamble on him. Jonjo Boya unfortunately picked up an injury, and of course Sergio Lopez injured in that last game. So Gurajaga is going to start this one. I mean, when you look at this team, it's still a blooming good team. We've officially ticked over to the next season as well. So all the stats have now reset on the player page here. And well, with that in mind, I'm just ready to get into things. This is a good Barcelona team. Of course, a Barcelona team that we actually signed Lopez from. I feel a little bit gutted for him. He's not going to get a chance to play against his former club here. But I'm sure he'll be cheering us on from the sideline. Well, I'm going to be cheering us on because, as I said into the Manchester United game, and the same applies here, I don't want this to be our last match. I want our last match to be a Club World Cup final. And well, to do that, we have got to beat Xavi's boys. Or should I say Xavi's men? I feel like I shouldn't call them boys. That's kind of talking them down. If they're going to beat us now, I'm going to look like a mug. Obviously, in terms of our team, we're at full strength there or thereabouts, with the exception of the striking position, although the man we're bringing on won the last Ballon d'Or. So it's not a bad backup striker to have, really. Corner for us here. Fontana crossing it in. Peña's there. Keeper drops it. And it falls to Gurajaga, who scores. I feel like there's a bit of confusion here as to if this is going to count. It looked like Guerrero in goal had it. And then he didn't have it. All of a sudden, the ball was spilt. And I think this is going to count. It is going to count. What a bizarre goal this was. Ball whipped in by Fontana. Peña, was it who won it? Or Tulio, someone won it. And then it just fell to Gurajaga, who walks it into the back of the net. That was bizarre, I'll be honest. Don't know what to say about that. Not seen a goal like that all year. I'm not going to complain about it. It gives us a good upper hand in this game, but still lots of football to be played. Carlier played for, he got a goal in the last game. He lays it to Zamberg, and tight angle, hits the post, and then it's saved twice. I mean, it hasn't ended up in the back of the net, but you know what? It will help our XG having free shots from that kind of range and angle. And in fact, you can see already, 16 minutes into this game, a 1.55 XG. We are on top in this game. Critically, though, we've only found the breakthrough once. Maybe a chance here, though. Floated back post towards Haaland, who takes it down, gives it to Gurajaga. His effort was blocked. He then had a second effort. Right now, Barcelona are defending for their lives. They are on the back foot. We've kind of caught them with a jab. They're rocked. They're stumbling. But we need to deal the knockout blow whilst they're on their back foot. And, well, we are going to deal that knockout blow potentially. I don't know if we can call it a knockout just yet. I think they're on the ropes. Or maybe they're on the canvas being counted. It's 2-0. I don't know where these are fighting analogies have come from. But quite nicely worked here, actually. After we miss those initial chances, you kind of worry that your players are just going to give up a little bit. But that's not the Crystal Palace way. If at first we don't succeed, we attack, and we attack again. And Erling Haaland is turned up there. He's got his name on the score sheet. And now Gurajaga's got injured. Are all our strikers just going to get injured? You know what? We'll bring in Heinz Winter. Heinz Winter, by the way, continuing to improve. He's been playing with the German national team recently. And not a bad option to have come on. It's kind of mad our squad depth, isn't it? When you think about the injury to Lopez, the injury to Gurajaga, and then Heinz Winter, of all players, is the third choice striker. It's not a bad position to be in. And while Heinz Winter bringing it through the middle, almost picked out Haaland there. Unfortunately, a big tackle came in to keep it respectable. Right now, we look absolutely top draw. We look all over Barcelona. They do not look at the races here. Winter, Carlier, looking for the overlap. Of course, Barcelona have been dominant domestically, but never gone on a big European run. At least not to a final to do battle against us. And with that in mind, I feel like we have the upper hand in this kind of game. We're not quite on the same level as Real Betis, who they play on the regular. Chiric down to the byline, pulls it back. Winter maybe should have scored there. The defender actually got a really big touch on it. You might have considered, at 2 goals up, our players might look to chill a little bit, might look to slow down. I'll tell you now, it's not been the case. We are continuing to attack. And Barcelona, they're struggling a little bit to contain us right now. We are rapidly approaching half-time. We've got an XG of over 3. Barcelona yet to have a shot on target. We've already scored from one corner. We might have a chance here. Tullio's header was so powerful as it hit the roof of the net. It pulled the entire goal up. I'm not going to question the physics behind that. I think in general, the goal physics in Football Manager are beyond questioning anyway. Zambergen. Carlier goes down in a heap, but the advantage is played Horniak. Zambergen probably should have pulled it back there. He went for a shot from a silly angle, but I mean, we do still have it, at least for a moment we still had it. We could still have it here. Winter, Carlier, Zambergen, Winter scores. He's off, right? He's off. Stop celebrating. Stop celebrating. I know it's off. He knows it's off. We all know it's off. It's not going to count. Just went a second too early. The pressure continues to mount, though. It would have been delicious to get a third goal before half-time. You can see there. I'll tell you what, it was tighter than I gave it credit for. But he was off. It is still only 2-0 at the break. But what a first half that's been. One of the more simple team talks I'm going to give here. In our 6.5 years at Crystal Palace, that's the kind of first half we've grown accustomed to. I'm going to hope that in the second half we're not going to take the position that we find ourselves in for granted, that we're not going to take our foot off the gas. So I want to keep going here, keep applying the pressure, keep the tempo up. Barcelona might have a chance here, though. Ingler is through, played across, and I tell you what, they've not been given many opportunities in this game, but they've taken the first one that came their way, and if they're going to be this clinical, we might still be in a game here. We might still be in a match for how complacent I want to be. Maybe we just need to, I don't know, calm down a little bit. It's a good little finish, to be fair, in the end by Ingler there. Just dinks it over the goalkeeper. I'm kind of curious to see how good Ingler is. Should we have a little look? Left winger for them. He has 9 finishing. So, yeah, of course he scored that one we've just seen. That was for 9 finishing, that was mad. Pedri on this near side, giving it to the goal scorer Ingler. Barcelona having got the goal now look inspired. They look up for a fight, and I do not like that. Are we going to live to regret those chances we had but didn't take? We might well do, because Ingler just got another one-on-one opportunity. On this occasion, Leonardo was up to the task. So far, the goalie hasn't really covered himself in glory, although he's not had a great deal to do for us, so maybe it's not entirely his fault. Could we catch them on the break here from the corner? No. Machado, going to make sure that doesn't happen. Hacks down Sanchez, who aged 30. You know, he's going to have frail bones in old age and stuff. Can't have players chopping him down like that. Shocking behaviour. Anyway, the highlights continue here, and it could be Barcelona on the attack again. Sanchez puts in a great tackle, and then his fellow Argentine international in Fontana mops up the pieces. We're going to play it forward to here to Heinz Winter. He's in behind. He uses his pace. He probably should have scored that there. That was as good a chance as the Ingler one down the other end. Unfortunately for us, the keeper up to the task. Now a corner for us put in. Pena heads it goalwards again. Guerrero, he might have conceded 2. He is still on a 7.9 so far in this game, the Colombian goalkeeper. And I'll tell you what, he's very good on paper. He's also very good on the football pitch at the moment. That is a little bit annoying. At 2-1, this is... It's not comfy. I'm not enjoying myself now all of a sudden. At 2-0, happy days. Now it's a less happy day, although it could get happier. Winter is coming and finding the back of the net. What a finish that is. Guerrero, for as good as he's been, has been absolutely mugged off there. He's had his pants pulled down. He's been embarrassed in front of the class. Horniak with a little dink through. I'm not sure what the centre-back's doing for Barcelona there, and Ramirez. Winter, though, with his 20 acceleration, turns on the afterburners, gets in behind, And on this occasion, he didn't miss the one-on-one, thankfully. Okay, Horniak's tiring in this game a little bit. I'm going to bring in George, and I think elsewhere, I'm going to bring in David Lind for Carlier, just to get in some fresh legs here. We've already, of course, made one sub in bringing on Winter. Going to make our final 2 subs here, which I'm hoping isn't going to be premature. Just looking on the balance of play, we've been the better team in this second half. Barcelona have come alive a little, but I feel like that goal that we just scored has somewhat knocked the wind out of them. They don't suddenly look as keen to get forward, Barcelona, or at least as confident bringing it forward. And while we could be bringing it forward again here, we want a 4th. That would be game, set, and match. Lind plays through Winter, who hits it just the wrong side of the post. I'll tell you what, Heinz Winter could have had a hat-trick on off the bench today. Instead, he's just got the 1. Not long left in this game here now. 86 minutes gone. Barcelona looking for a goal, which might just open up the slightest of slight opportunities for them to come back in this game. However, it is at Zambergen for the moment, bringing the ball forward on this near side, getting all the way down the line. Players queuing up in the middle, but he could go a little shorter, and he does. He picks out Fontana really nicely. Intelligent pass there. Couldn't see an option in the middle for the cross, so why do a wasteful ball in? Pulled it back safely. This time he is going to look for the cross. Haaland was lurking away at the back stick. Didn't quite find its way to him, but it will do now. And I'll tell you what, that little give and go with Chiric was filthy. The understanding the 2 players on the left-hand side have there on full display. Of course, 2 players who played alongside one another, Angarajaga and De Silva, for that matter, at Liverpool. All 4 of them playing for Liverpool at the same time. The understanding that those 2 players have on full display there. And, well, a really, really nice finish makes it 4-1. That is game done. And the good news is we are going to have the Club World Cup final tomorrow to end the series. And I'll tell you what, we're going to do it in some style. Pena, glancing header across goal, finds the top corner, makes it 5-1. And, I mean, it was over at 4-1. It's really over now. Lovely, lovely looping header. Finds its way into the back of the net. And 5-1 probably flatters us a little bit. Although maybe after the first half we did deserve it. We had chances, we weren't as clinical as we could have been. But nevertheless, the kind of display that will live long in my memory. Erling Haaland, man of the match, a 9.1 rating for him. Congratulations, we're into another cup final. And our final game will be on the global stage as we take on either Bayern Munich or Inter Milan. And I think that game might be in a moment. I think if we hit continue, we can find out who our final game's going to be against. I don't really know if I have a preference between Bayern Munich and Inter. If I remember correctly, Inter have Severin. I think Bayern have some of our players as well. Should we have a little peek? Let's have a little trip down memory lane. Bayern Munich. Who have you got? What familiar faces are in their team here? Kazoo. Oh, okay, Kazoo plays for them, but is injured. I thought there was maybe another player or 2, but maybe I'm misremembering. We've sold a fair few players in recent years. Kazoo plays for Bayern Munich, and over for Inter Milan, if I'm not mistaken, Severin plays for them, right? Of course he does. Look at Severin, by the way. He's found his own, I feel like, since he's moved over to them. 80 million we received for him. He got 11 goals last year in 36. Not the craziest of form. I think of the 2 teams, I don't know, I'd quite like to play Inter Milan, I think. I feel like we've played them a few times before. And, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be playing them again. They have just beaten Bayern Munich 3-0. So 2 convincing one-sided games in the semi-final. Sets it up the grand finale at Ibrox against Inter. And, yeah, that game only 4 days away. Anyway, gang, we are going to leave things there for today. Tomorrow we get our final taste of Park to Prem for this year, at least in terms of a match. Savour it and just enjoy ourselves. It's going to be a big send-off to the series. I hope you guys are excited for it. I hope you've enjoyed the matches today. I most certainly have. And well, until next time, take it easy. I'll see you soon. It's me, Jack, and I'm out.